Oh my goodness. That's brilliant. That's so good. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is SKYMAN Universe, and your Star Wars quote for today is "No use to me dead." And if you want your quote to be featured in the next video, just pop down your quote down below in the comment section. Today we're going to be reacting to Chapter 3 of Book of Boba Fett, Episode 2. It was an episode which included some amazing things when the Hutts came in. That was just brilliant. I love those scenes so much. I don't know what it was. I felt like it was just going to sort of center in that. I thought they weren't going to do the flashback, so I was already a little bit sad about that. I actually enjoyed the Tusken stuff, despite Boba getting beaten up all the time. But I really enjoyed all of that. And then when they just, instead of just like small flashbacks, it was the one big flashback. And then seeing Boba become part of the tribe, see him get his gaffer stick. I love that so much. There's something really special about that. I don't know why. And then when they finish it off, they're going around the fireplace and doing their tribe music thing and initiating him. I thought that was so good. Now, I think these are all seeds which are being planted for something bigger later on. I literally have no idea what to speculate for this episode, but just the fact that I'm hoping there will be continual issues with the mayor of Mos Espa. I thought he was really good. And yeah, I think there's a lot of sort of surprises in the last one, and I just found it such a really endearing episode to see the Tusken Raiders on the speeders. It's somewhat terrifying, but it works. It's like the high class Tuskens, which I kind of really love as well. So there's some really great bits in episode 2. I think, was it last one? They expanded even further, like on Camino shots, which was really good. But yeah, the Tusken stuff, absolutely loved. So it's including all the Tatooine goodness so far. Everything that I love about Tatooine, I'm sort of seeing it here. I mean, if there was one thing which I could add, just one small thing, if they could do it, I don't know if they could or not, but I would love to see wherever Boba would be, a pod race, would that still exist, or see some pod going somewhere? That would just be the best. I've been wanting to see the pod races since 1999, and I still haven't seen it, anything to do with it, but I'd love it so much because that would just touch me and give me the real feels. But yeah, that's just like my only fanboy wish here, but let's watch this. And I love the fact that they were speaking Huskies as well, more in the last episode. The mayor.
It's empty.
But hopefully they fill it. I love that so much. Now I know who the Wookiee is, whose name I dare not pronounce just yet. But I assume it's from the book of Afra, the book of what? Afra something, Dr. Afra or something, which I've not read. Now the backstory of those spider things are creepy as hell. Look it up.
Can you just get on with the briefing?
Seems a bit MC there.
They know if you did.
Yeah. Look, an alien coming to your bar. I can just tell he's going to be like that blue guy. Jokey and annoying.
I am in the workers' district.
Send him down to the Rancor.
Under the other daimyo.
You can imagine if he was saying that to Jabba. He'd just be going, oh, oh, oh.
Tatooine was once completely covered with water.
Sees the water reference again. Makes me think there might be some water from Tatooine coming.
Mortify them, and I will double my tribute to you.
That's fair enough.
Water.
Oh, you can just tell these are going to be annoying people. I don't know why.
Water.
Send off your jetpack rocket.
Look, old man.
Should be working.
There is no work, mighty daimyo. Look around you.
She looks like she could be in Star Wars, but the other one's costumes look terrible.
What do they owe you?
1,300 credits.
For
Double
what?
credits.
1,300.
You want to work or not?
They all need Star Wars helmets or something. Literally, I was about to do that joke. I didn't even see the frog there. That's good. Good. Flashbacks. Oh my, we're back to Camino. I love it, keep going back to Camino. It's just the best. Now, is he wondering where his ship is? He looks so cool.
He looks like Emperor Palpatine.
I like that. That's a nice Mandalorian touch. But just show me a pod racer, please.
You know, any business is business.
Somehow I don't think his Bantha's gonna match the speeder bikes. I don't know why, but just seeing Boba on a Bantha, I quite happily watch that. Like an ambience of Boba just walking. Don't be the Tuscans. No. No. I don't see any Tuscan bodies there. Oh, but what the sad music though. Oh dear. Oh man. I never thought I'd be like this for Tuscan Raiders, but I love those Tuscans in the last one. Oh man. No. God's sake, man. I don't want them to be gone. I was hoping they'd be part of his power siege. That's so bad. I mean, hopefully that's not all of them. But I feel like it probably is. If only he was there. Why are the Tuscans? They were so nice. That sucks. I just want Boba to absolutely go to town on that gang. Oh my god, that was creepy as hell. What the hell? He's in his boxer shorts. He's in his Boba boxers, right? What the hell? What the freaking hell? Ow. Get your jetpack on something. Oh my god. You'd be absolutely destroyed with no armor on. I didn't think this fight would be happening so soon. But then the Hutt said, sleep lightly. Oh my god. Who's gonna save him? Yay, teenage kids. I swear that's all that happens to Boba. He gets beaten up like crazy. Don't touch the Gamorrean guards. Don't do anything to them. Damn. Is that the new monster? Is that actually going to be the new monster? Because if it is, then that's kind of pretty cool. How delicious.
Enough food.
If I had an astromech
Enjoy
that'd
the
do that,
trappings.
be the best.
The twins are here. They have brought a gift.
Oh. How are they going to get down the steps? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's brilliant. That's so good. Oh dear. That is the best. That is just so good. Literally just thinking it was going to be the new Rancor. And here's a nice new Rancor for them. Is that the one that was in the... I can't remember his name. Tended to say OG. Oh man. That's pretty awesome. Now your crew finally looks a bit like a crew. Oh, what? I thought, oh man, I thought it was going to work for Boba Fett then. That would have been awesome. A Wookiee and a Rancor, all in the same day. The Rancor is peaceful.
Freedom beast 10 times its size. Teach me today.
Boba Fett riding a Rancor. Now that's a sight that I have not thought about. ever. I feel like it's Quill teaching the Mandalorian to ride one of those things. I like that he's building up his gang and stuff. Not so sure about the teenagers, but I kind of like the thought that those bikes do not go in Tatooine. But I like the thought of his palace becoming busy again and bustling with aliens. That would be cool, and they all work for Boba.
Isn't he,
Do it. Do it.
unfortunately...
Didn't see that one happen coming. Oh, get them in your terrible, terrible motorbike speeder thing. Hey! Look, this is a great opportunity to see stuff from Mos Espa. God, I hate those bikes. Hello there. Hello there. He's been forced onto the surface round. Oh man, no. Not the Jabba picture. I'm not so sure. Not so sure about this, like, I don't know, sort of like millennium music, action music too. Kind of like it. Nice! That is what we want. Never trust the pike. Oh yeah. Pikes are taking over. I don't know, I thought I was going to be hundreds of them.
Don't have to be sorry, mate.
You see,
Alright, mate. Interesting. Something which I'll never quite get used to is the episode times are always, there's a drastic difference between them, because I swear last episode it was like 50 something minutes, this one 30. And that's quite a big difference. I think there's almost another episode sort of fit in there. So I don't know why they sort of do that. I think it should be a little bit more consistent in those timings. But anyway, as this episode goes, I wouldn't say it was my absolute favourite of the three so far. Yet, it includes some very cool things, which I love, and something which I didn't love. And I can't believe that they've killed the Tusken Raiders. I mean, that is just the worst, but I think that's just going to stay within the flashbacks. I think the flashbacks that we will see Boba deal with, I reckon he'll deal with that bike gang first, and then he will go and look for his armor, or and the Mandalorian thing will intertwine in there, or something like that, which would be cool. I think this thread in the main story with the pikes, I think that was a good choice. I honestly thought it was going to be the Hutts. And for me, it kind of makes more sense that it would be the Hutts, but I love the pikes, I think, just as much, purely because I love them in the Clone Wars, so it's kind of cool to see the pikes just doing their lying thing, and now I assume trying to take over Tatooine, which is pretty cool. There, I noticed in this as well, there's a continual reference to water being on Tatooine. Now, is that actually going to be something which happens in the story? I feel like they keep mentioning it for a reason. But do you want to see Tatooine with water? This is the thing, because Tatooine is always that dusty, sandy place, you know, so would it be right to have water in there? I don't know. But yeah, that aside, two great things happen in him. So I loved that the Wookiee, whose name slips my mind, I'm not going to say it. And that was pretty great, but I really thought they was going to use him to start building up his gang. So how cool would that be if he's like, now he's defeated him and he gives them a choice, like, you could go run in Tatooine or you could go and work for me. And then he's in Jabba's palace and he's just standing there with his gun, looking awesome. I think that's the thing. I would love to see Boba's palace get filled up more and more as the show progresses, so it shows how Boba is slowly getting more powerful, he's getting claimed more things, more people are respecting him. I mean, it's happening, which brings on to the second thing, with the Rancor. Love that. Absolutely love that so much, because I really thought they was going to do what they did in Han Solo with the standalone with Chewbacca. I thought they was heading in that direction. I thought, well, because his roar sounds more like a monster rather than like Chewie, I thought he was then going to be the monster down in the pit. And I thought, well, that makes perfect sense, because then he can send all his enemies down. But then as soon as they bring in the Rancor, I love that so much. That's got to be the one from Bad Batch in those episodes. I think it is, because it doesn't look like it's full size. The only thing is, like, I like that the Rancor is there, but there's this thing which is happening at the moment, and I find like the Tusken Raiders used to scare and terrify me. I find them endearing, and I respect them, and I love them. And I was sad that they will perish there as well. And the Rancor, which was terrifying, and used to terrify me so much when I was a kid, and in Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and Jedi Outcast, whenever they popped up, oh god, they were just so scary. Now I know I'm gonna end up loving this and finding it endearing. I don't know if I want that for literally everything that used to be scary on Tatooine, but still, I think it's quite a nice different approach to the Rancor, and I like the fact that it's going to be loyal to its master. So really, it makes sense. But the fact that there is a Rancor in there, and the fact that the Hutts brought them a Rancor, I love that so much. Those are the sort of Star Wars touches which I like in this show, and which work really well for me. Things that take me out, though, I think one is a little bit of the music is a bit. Sort of The Mandalorian, I think it worked, but I still strongly believe for Star Wars, orchestral music is the formula for the world. Like, it's just like, sure, you can have the bar music and everything else like that, but I really think it thrives and does so well with orchestral music. That's not because I'm incredibly biased and listen to Star Wars music literally every second, but I think, like, with that chase scene, it sounded like a 2000 and something early Pierce Brosnan James Bond action sequence or something like that. But yeah, I kind of like that he's got his little crew there working for him, the teenagers, who I'm not so keen on. They just look like punk 80s people. And yeah, I think their costumes could have been something a lot more Star Warsy there. I mean, I don't know why they're so afraid to put people in some wicked cool helmets or something. They don't have to wear the helmets like Boba, but when they're out and doing stuff, I think it's a lot more intimidating when they've got a helmet and they sort of look cooler than what they do, because to me they're almost sort of laughable a little bit, and they don't seem Star Warsy whatsoever. And their bikes, just a big no. I don't know what their bikes are meant to look like, but those sort of moped things, Vespers I think they're called, and they're all really colourful and things. I think it looks a little bit too much like that, and that big shiny colourful thing going around Tatooine just does not look right to me. But still, that's their stylistic choice, not mine. But it's just those small things which, for me, kind of take me out a little bit, and I don't want that. For me, the only things that I would change here is just making it a bit more gritty, and I feel like there's something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there what it just needs, and this would just make me feel so immersed in Tatooine and the show even further. I think the Tuskens, the episode last week with the Tuskens and going around the camp and the tribe, it really got me feeling that, and it was good. I didn't think I'd be feeling like that for the show. Now, to see them all dead, and yeah, hopefully they're not all dead, but I think they are. Then yeah, that was really sad, and I think that's a bit annoying, because that was really part of the show which I loved, and I was hoping that there would be something in the future which will be Sand People related as well, and sort of as he incorporates them into his gang with the standoff with the Pikes now. That would have been really nice and quite special. I mean, hopefully it's sort of extended to other tribes what happened, but I'm not too sure about that. But overall, I think the story was good. It certainly wasn't like the best story. When he's attacked by the Wookiee in the Bacta tank, that kind of jumped me a little bit there. That was really good. There were some really good moments in this. I feel like for me, for this show, it's really important to make you feel like you're in Tatooine. And when they're sort of talking about sort of like that beard guy that went in to moan to Boba Fett, And I feel like if that was just Jabba there, he would have sent him down to the Rancor and just laughed. You know, it's that sort of scum and villainy thing that Tatooine used to have. Like, you just go there, you know, there's slavery there. There's, you know, people go there for a reason, to hide. They're bad people. And this sort of order which is trying to take place there, this power struggle. Where I've been watching a lot of the prequels and the originals recently, I've been looking quite a lot at Tatooine and now comparing it to the Book of Boba Fett. And I think, sure, there's always going to be that difference between how they film it, as theirs was majority on location and then also with models as well. This is a new style of filming where they do it in the massive LED studio, so they have whatever's in there, and then they just put the backgrounds on the background to seamlessly merge with whatever's on the set, which is cool, and how it moves with camera angles. But maybe I'm feeling that somehow, maybe I'm sort of noticing that way of filming doesn't feel like the actual sets that they had during the films when they filmed Star Wars, and that grittiness which you were able to accomplish there is not the same as, I mean, because it's superior quality what they're filming now. I mean, obviously there's so much more technology, but maybe that's sort of hindering my sort of immersiveness. There's just something that I really don't know how to explain it. If you've got the same thing or know what I'm talking about, because I'm not quite sure that I even do, then just let me know below. And also let me know what your favourite moments were in this episode and what you thought of this episode as a whole, and comparing to the other two that we've got so far. I'll be very intrigued to let me know. I'll be very intrigued to see what you've got to say down below. And also leave your Star Wars quote from next week's video. I'm really hoping next week's episode is going to be some action-packed something which is going to be full of Tatooine goodness. That's all we can hope for. But yeah, I think this episode kind of just, it was good. It had good bits in it, but some bits were taking me out of it, and I suppose that's all I've got to say about that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my chapter reaction. Take care of yourself, and remember, the Force will be with you always.